Our progress report says we are at stage 3, paragraph page 134. Last headword was restaurant, full stage revision already. Okay, going to stage
Yes.
4. Okay, so let's start from where we ended. Okay, let me just check if you have like an end question. Okay, no. Okay, here we go. First question. Can you play the piano? Can you play the piano? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
can't.
can't play
The piano.
the piano.
The piano.
The piano.
Right. Can you play football? Can you play football? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
can't
can't play
play
football.
football. Yeah, me neither. Very good. Okay. What do we say to people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.? We say good morning
We
to
said good
people
morning to
between
people
about
between
6
about
a.m.
6
and
a.m.
12 p.m.
to 12 p.m.
Very good. Okay, next. What do we say to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? We say
We
good
say
afternoon
good
to people
afternoon to people
between about
between
12
about
p.m.
12
and
p.m.
5
and
p.m.
5 p.m.
What do we say to people between about 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.? We say
We
good
say good
evening to people
evening to people
between about
between
5
about
p.m.
5
and
p.m.
10 p.m.
and 10 p.m.
And what do we say when we say goodbye after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed? And what do we say when we say goodbye after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed? We say good
We
night.
said good night
When we say
when
goodbye
we said goodbye
after 10 p.m.
after
or
10 p.m.
when we go to
or
bed.
when we go to bed.
Very good. Do you come here in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night? Do you come here in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night? I come here
I'll come
in the
here
afternoon,
in the afternoon,
not in the morning,
not in the morning,
in the
or
evening,
in the
or
evening,
at night.
or at night.
At night.
At night.
Very good. Okay, what's this? What's this? It's a piece of
It's a
paper.
piece of paper.
Very good. Are there any pieces of paper on the table? Are there any pieces of paper on the table? No, there
No,
aren't
there
any
aren't
pieces
any
of paper
pieces of paper
on the table.
on the table.
Very good. About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? I eat about
I eat about 3 pieces
of bread with my
of bread
lunch.
with my lunch.
Very good. Okay, what's the difference between a country and the country? What's the difference between a country and the country? The difference
The
between
difference
a
between a
country and the
country and
country
the country.
is that a
What's that?
country
But
is a
country
nation,
is the nation,
whereas the country
whereas the
is
country
the opposite
is the opposite
of the
of
town.
the town.
Very good. What's the name of your country? What's the name of your country? Japan is the name
Japan
of
is the
my
name
country.
of my country.
What's your nationality? What's your nationality? My nationality
My
is
nationality is Japanese.
very good. What nationality is Mr. Callan? What nationality is Mr. Callan? Mr. Callan
Mr.
is
Karen
British.
is a British.
Very good. Do you live in the country? Do you live in the country? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
live
live
in the
the
country.
country. Yeah, me too. Do most children live with their parents? Do most children live with their parents? Yes, most
Yes,
children
most
live with
children
their
live with
parents.
their parents.
Do you want to live for 100 years? Do you want to live for 100 years? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
want
live.
to live. I don't
I
want to
don't
live
want to live
for a
uh,
hundred years.
for 100 years.
Maybe just 99. Very good. Okay. Next. Does gas smell pleasant? Does gas smell pleasant? No. Gas
No,
doesn't smell
gas
pleasant.
doesn't smell
It
pleasant.
smells
It
unpleasant.
smells unpleasant.
Do flowers smell unpleasant? Do flowers smell unpleasant? No.
No,
Flowers don't smell
flowers don't smell
unpleasant.
unpleasant.
They smell pleasant.
They smell pleasant.
Wait, do most people think work is a pleasant thing? Do most people think work is a pleasant thing? No.
No,
Most people
most people
don't think
don't think
work is a pleasant thing.
the pleasant thing.
One more. No. Most
No,
people don't
most
think.
people
Don't think
don't think
work is a pleasant thing.
work is a pleasant thing.
They think it's an unpleasant thing. They think
They think it's
it's
a
an
pleasant
unpleasant thing.
present thing.
Wait, is Paris an unpleasant city? Is Paris an unpleasant city? No, Paris
No,
isn't
Paris
an
isn't
unpleasant city.
an, an,
An unpleasant city.
an unpleasant city.
It's a pleasant city.
It's a pleasant city.
Very good. What do we drink wine from? What do we drink wine from? We drink
We
wine
drink wine
from a
from
glass.
a glass.
Do we drink coffee from a glass? Do we drink coffee from a glass? No, we
No,
don't
we
drink
don't
coffee
drink
from
coffee
a
from
glass. We
glass.
drink it
We
from
drink
a cup.
it from a cup.
Where again is the table longer than the room? Is the table longer than the room? No, the
No,
table
the
isn't
table
longer
isn't longer
than the
than the
room.
room.
It's shorter than the
It's
room.
shorter than the room.
Where again is the table higher than the door? Is the table higher than the door? No, the
No,
table
the
isn't
table
higher
isn't higher
than
than
the
the
door.
door.
It's lower than the
It's
door.
lower than the door.
Than the door.
Than the door.
Where again is a village larger than a city? Is a village larger than a city? No, a
No,
village
a
isn't
village
larger than
isn't
a
larger
city.
than the city.
It's smaller than a
It's
city.
smaller than the city.
Very good. Which is the longest street in your town? Which is the longest street in your town? ABC Street
ABC Street
is the longest
is
street
the longest
in my
street
town.
in my town.
Very good. Which is the longest river in the world? Which is the longest river in the world? The Niles.
The
The
Niles
longest
is
river
the longest river
in the
in
world.
the world.
Very good. Which is the highest mountain in the world? Which is the highest mountain in the world? Mount Everest
Mount
is the
Everest is
highest
the
mountain
highest mountain
in
in
the
the
world.
world.
Very good. Okay, next. Which is the largest city in Japan? Which is the largest city in Japan? Tokyo's the
Tokyo is
largest city
the largest city
in
in
Japan.
Japan.
Very good. What's the day today? What's the day today? The day today
The day today
is
is
the 15th
the 15th
of August.
of August.
Very good. Okay. What was the date yesterday? What was the date yesterday? The date yesterday
The day yesterday,
was
14th of was 14th
the
of
14th of August.
August.
Very good. What will the date tomorrow be? What will the date tomorrow be? The date
The
tomorrow
day
will be
tomorrow will be
the 16th of
the
August.
16th of August.
Very good. Is the table light? Is the table light? No, the
No,
table
the
isn't
table
light.
isn't white.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Is this piece of paper heavier than the table? Is this piece of paper heavier than the table? No, that
No,
piece of
that
paper
piece of paper
isn't heavier
isn't heavier
than the
than the
table.
table.
It's lighter than the
It's
table.
lighter than the table.
Who's the lightest person in your family? Who's the lightest person in your family? My
My mother is
is
the
the lightest person in my
lightest
family.
person in my family.
Who's the heaviest person in your family? Who's the heaviest person in your family? My father
My
is the
father is
heaviest
the
person
heaviest
in
person
my
in my
family.
family.
Very good. Okay, next, which is the largest shop in your town? Which is the largest shop in your town? Iyon
Ion
Mall
Mall
is
is
the
the
largest shop in my
largest
town.
shop in my town.
Are there any shops in the streets where you live? Are there any shops in the street where you live? Yes or no?
Yes, I
There
live.
are. There are
There
some
are
shops
some
in the
shops
street where
in
I
the
live.
street where I live.
Very good. What do we play football with? What do we play football with? We play
We
football
play
with a
football with
ball.
a ball.
Can we play tennis without a ball? Can we play tennis without a ball? No, we
No,
can't
I
play
we
tennis
can't play tennis
without a
without
ball.
a ball.
We must have a ball
We must have a
to
ball
play tennis.
to play tennis.
Very good. What time do you go to bed at night? What time do you go to bed at night? I go to bed
I
at
go to bed at 12 a.m.
12 a.m. in the morning.
in the morning.
Very good. What time do you get up in the morning? What time do you get up in the morning? I get up at
I get I get up at 9 a.m.
in the morning.
In the morning.
Oh, still very good. 9 hours sleep. Very good. How long do you sleep at night? How long do you sleep at night? I sleep about
I sleep at
nine
about
hours
9 hours
at night.
at night.
In the morning at night. Okay. What color are the walls of your bedroom? What color are the walls of your bedroom? The walls of
The
my
walls
bedroom
of my bedroom
are
are white.
very good. Are you the first to get up in your family? Are you the first to get up in your family? Yes or no?
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not
the first to
the
get up
first
in my
to get up
family.
in my family.
Do you sleep a lot? Do you sleep a lot? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I sleep a lot.
Very good. Do you sleep longer than your parents? Do you sleep longer than your parents? Yes, I sleep longer
Yes, I
than
sleep
my
longer
parents.
than my parents.
Very good. How many fingers have I got on both hands? How many fingers have I got on both hands? You've got
You, you've got
eight
eight,
fingers
eight fingers
on both hands.
um
On
both
both
hand.
hands. Very good. How many fingers have I got on each hand? How many fingers have I got on each hand? You've got
You
four
you've got
fingers
four
on
fingers
each hand.
on each hand.
Very good. Have we each got two eyes? Have we each got two eyes? Yes, we've
Yes,
each got
we've each got
two
two
eyes.
eyes.
Do we say each student have a book or each student has a book? Do we say each student have a book or each student has a book? We say
We
each
say
student
each
has a book.
student has a book
Why? Why? Because the word
because
each
the word
is
each
singular.
it's singular.
Has each student got two heads?
Has
Has each student got two heads? No.
no,
Each student
each student
hasn't got two heads.
hasn't got two heads.
Each student's
Each student
only got one head.
only got one head.
Has each chair only got three legs? Has each chair only got three legs? No. Each
No,
chair
each
hasn't
chair
only got
hasn't only
three
got
legs.
three
Each
legs.
chair's got
Each chair's
four
got
legs.
four legs.
Very good. Okay, do you like vegetables? Do you like vegetables? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
like.
like vegetable.
Do you like all vegetables? Do you like all vegetables? No, I
No,
don't like
I
all
don't like
vegetables.
all
Some I
vegetables.
like
Some I
and
like
some I
and
dislike.
some I dislike.
Very good. Name me four vegetables. Name me four vegetables, please. The names
The
of four
names
vegetables
of four
are
vegetables
potatoes,
are
carrots,
potatoes,
onions, and
carrots,
peas.
onions, and peas.
Name me four kinds of fruit. Name me four kinds of fruit, please. The names
The
of four
names of
kinds of
four
fruit
kinds of
are
fruit
apples,
are apples,
oranges,
oranges,
lemons, and
lemons,
bananas.
and bananas.
Very good. What do you prefer, tomato juice or orange juice? What do you prefer, tomato juice or orange juice? I prefer
I prefer orange juice
to
to
tomato juice.
tomato juice.
Very good. What's the plural of tomato? What's the plural of tomato? The plural
The
of
plural
tomato
of tomatoes
is tomatoes.
is tomatoes.
Very good. Do you study Spanish? Do you study Spanish? Yes or no?
No, I
I
don't
don't study
study
Spanish. I
Spanish.
study.
I study English.
Very good. Okay. Do most school children like studying? Do most school children like studying? No. Most
No,
school children
most school
don't like
children don't
studying.
like studying.
They dislike or
They
hate
dislike
studying.
or hate studying.
Very good. Must you study a lot if you want to learn a language well? Must you study a lot if you want to learn a language well? Yes, I must
Yes,
study a
I
lot
must study a lot
if I want to
if
learn
I want to
a
learn
language well.
a language well.
Very good. What time do you arrive here for your lesson? What time do you arrive here for your lesson? I arrive
I
here
arrive
at
here at
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m.
for my lesson.
My lesson.
Very good. Are you the first to arrive in the classroom? Are you the first to arrive in the classroom? Yes or no?
Uh, yes,
I'm
I
the first to
am
arrive
the first to arrive
in the classroom.
in the classroom.
What time do you leave here after the lesson? What time do you leave here after the lesson? I leave here
I live
at
here
7
at
p.m. after the
7
lesson.
p.m. after the lesson.
What time do you leave home to come here? What time do you leave home to come here? I leave home
I leave
at about
home at
5 p.m.
about 5
to
p.m.
come here.
To come here.
Do you leave your books in the classroom after the lesson? Do you leave your books in the classroom after the lesson? No, I don't
No,
leave
I
my
don't
books
read
in the
my
classroom
books in the
after the
classroom
lesson.
after the
I
lesson.
take them
I
with me.
take them with me.
Do you leave any food on your plate after a meal? Do you leave any food on your plate after a meal? Yes or no?
No,
I
I don't
don't
leave
leave any food
any
on
food
my plate
on
after
my
a meal.
plate after a meal.
Very good. Can we see the sun in the sky during the day? Can we see the sun in the sky during the day? Yes, we
No,
can see the
yes,
sun
we can see the
in the
sun
sky
in the
during the
sky
day.
during the day.
What colors the sun? What colors the sun? The sun's
The
the
sun's
color of gold.
the color of gold.
What colors the sky today? What colors the sky today? The sky's
The skies
blue today.
the skies are blue today.
Very good. Okay. Do you live on the sea? Do you live on the sea? No, I don't
No,
live
I
on the
don't
sea.
live on the
I
sea.
live on the
I
land.
live in on the land.
On the land.
On the land.
What's the name of the sea between Europe and North Africa? What's the name of the sea between Europe and North Africa? The name of the
The
sea
names of the
between
sea
Europe
between
and
Europe
North
and
Africa
North
is the
Africa is
Mediterranean
the
Sea.
Mediterranean Sea.
Is Moscow by the sea? Is Moscow by the sea? No, Moscow
No,
isn't
Moscow
by the
isn't
sea.
by the
It's
sea.
inland.
It's England.
Is New York inland? Is New York inland? No, New
No,
York
New
isn't
York
inland.
isn't England.
It's by the sea.
It's right by the sea.
Very good. Okay, next, what's this? What's this? It's 1's 5
It's once 5
equals 5.
equals 5.
What's this? What's this? It's twice
It's
5
twice 5
equals 10.
equals 10.
What's this? What's this? It's 3 times
It's
5
3 times
equals
5
15.
equals 15.
What's this? What's this? It's 4 times
It's
5
4 times 5
equals 20.
equals 20.
Where how much is 190? How much is 190? 190
Once 90
equals 90.
equals 90.
How much is twice 50? How much is twice 50? Twice 50,
Twice 50 equals
100.
100.
Where how much is 3 times 13? How much is 3 times 13? 3 times 13
3 times 13
is
equals
39.
is 39.
Oh, is or equals is okay. Okay. How many times a week do you come here? How many times a week do you come here? I come here
I come here
7 times a week.
7 times a week.
Very good. How many times a month do you go to the cinema? How many times a month do you go to the cinema? I go to the
I
cinema
go to the cinema
about once a
about
month.
once a month.
How many times a day do you eat? How many times a day do you eat? I eat
I eat
3 times a day.
3 times a day.
How many times do we live? How many times do we live? We only
We
live
only
once.
live once.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're cutting
You
the
are
book
cutting the book
with your finger.
with your finger.
What do we cut meat with? What do we cut meat with? We cut meat
We cut
with
meat
a knife.
with knife.
With a knife.
With a knife.
Can we cut bread without a knife? Can we cut bread without a knife? No, we
No,
can't cut
we
bread
can't cut bread
without a
without
knife.
a knife.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're lifting the book.
You're lifting the book.
Can you lift the table with your little finger? Can you lift the table with your little finger? No, I
No,
can't lift
I
the
can't
table
lift the
with my
table
little
with my
finger.
little finger
Why not? Why not? Because it's too
because
heavy
it's too heavy
for me
to
to
lift.
lift.
For me to lift it.
Very good. Is this piece of paper light enough for you to lift? Is this piece of paper light enough for you to lift? Yes, that
Yes,
piece of paper
that piece of
is
paper
light enough
is right
for
enough
me to lift.
for me to lift.
Very good. Okay, next. Is the table as high as the door? Is the table as high as the door? No, the
No,
table
the
isn't
table
as
isn't
high as the
as
door.
as high as a door.
It's lower than the door.
It's lower than the door.
Is the building as high? Is your building as high as Mount Everest? Is your building as high as Mount Everest? No, my
No,
building
my
isn't
building
as high
isn't
as
as high as
Mount Everest.
Mount
It's
Everest.
lower than
It's lower than
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
Is the river Thames as long as the Nile? Is the river Thames as long as the Nile? No, the
No,
river
the
Thames
river
isn't
Thames
as long
isn't
as
as long
the
as
Nile.
not the Nile.
It's shorter than the
It's
Nile.
shorter than the Nile.
Is Spain as large as South America? Is Spain as large as South America? No,
No,
Spain isn't
Spain
as
isn't
large as
as large
South
as
America.
South
America.
America.
It's smaller than
It's smaller than
South America.
South America.
Very good. Tell me the names of the 4 seasons of the year. Tell me the names of the 4 seasons of the year, please. The names
The
of the
names
four
of the
seasons
four
of
seasons
the
of
year
the year
are
are
spring, summer,
spring, summer,
autumn, and winter.
autumn, and winter.
What season are we in now? What season are we in now? We're in
We are in a,
summer now.
a summer now.
Very good. What was last season? What was last season? Last season
Last
was
seasons
spring.
what was spring.
What will next season be? What will next season be? Next season
Next
will
season
be
will
autumn.
be autumn.
Very good. Which day precedes Wednesday? Which day precedes Wednesday? Tuesday.
Tuesday
precedes Wednesday.
receives Wednesday.
Very good. One more. Tuesday precedes
Tuesday
Wednesday.
receives Wednesday.
Does Thursday precede Wednesday? Does Thursday precede Wednesday? No.
No,
Thursday doesn't
Thursday
precede
it doesn't
Wednesday.
precede Wednesday.
It follows it.
It follows.
Which number follows the number 13? Which number follows the number 13? 14 follows
14 follows
the number
the
13.
number of 30.
Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson? Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson? No. The
No,
students
the
don't
students
precede the
don't
teacher
precede the
out of the
teacher
classroom
out of the
after the
classroom
lesson.
after the lesson.
They follow them.
They follow them.
Does the teacher precede the students into the classroom before the lesson? Does the teacher precede the students into the classroom before the lesson? No. The
No,
teacher
the
doesn't
teacher
precede
doesn't
the
precede
teach the student
the, te- the
into the
student
classroom
into the classroom
before the lesson.
before the lesson.
He follows them.
He follows them.
Very good. When do you have your breakfast? When do you have your breakfast? I have my
I
breakfast
have my breakfast
at
at
what
30
what
past
half
30
past
past
half past
30 past half past 9 a.m.
a.m. Very good. When does the lesson begin? When does the lesson begin? The lesson
The
begins at
lesson begins at half
half past
at
6
half
p.m.
past 6 p.m.
Very good. When do you get up in the morning? When do you get up in the morning? I get up at
I get up at
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Very good. Okay, what other words can we use instead of whereas? What other words can we use instead of whereas? We can use
We can
while
use
and
while
whiles
and the whiles
instead of whereas.
instead of whereas.
Which word do we use the most when we speak? Which word do we use the most when we speak? We generally
We
use
generally
whereas
use
the most
whereas
when we
the
speak.
most when we speak.
Is that an old building you're in at the moment? Is that an old building you're in at the moment? Yes or no?
No,
It isn't an
it
old building
isn't an old
I'm
building
in at the moment.
I'm in at the moment.
Are your shoes new? Are your shoes new? Yes or no?
No,
My
my
shoes
shoes
aren't
isn't
aren't
aren't
new.
new.
They're old.
They are old.
Very good. Is your shirt or is your blouse older than your shoes? Is your blouse older than your shoes? No. My
Yes.
blouse
No, my blouse
isn't older than my
isn't
shoes.
older than my
It's
shoes.
newer than my shoes.
It's newer than my shoes.
Very good. What's the newest thing you're wearing? What's the newest thing you're wearing? My
My shirt is the newest
thing I'm wearing.
things I
Very
wearing.
good. One more. My shirt is the
My
newest
shirt
thing
is the newest
I'm
thing
wearing.
I'm wearing.
Very good. Okay. What's the difference between new and young? What's the difference between new and young? The difference
The
between
difference
new
between
and
new
young
and
is
young
that
is
we
that
use new
we use
for
new
things,
for the things,
whereas we use
whereas
young
we use
for
young
people.
for people.
Very good. Is Miss Brown an old woman? Is Miss Brown an old woman? No. Miss
No,
Brown
Miss
isn't
Brown
an
isn't
old woman.
an old
She's
woman.
a young girl.
She's she's a
She's
young
a young
girl.
girl. Very
She's a young girl.
She's a young girl. Very good. Okay. Are you older than your mother? Are you older than your mother? No. I'm
No,
not older
I'm not
than my
older
mother.
than my mother.
I'm younger than my
I'm younger
mother.
than my mother.
Who's the youngest in your family? Who's the youngest in your family? My
My brother is the
youngest
youngest
in my family.
in my family.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're putting your hand
You are putting
on
your
the
hand
table.
on the table.
What am I doing? What am I doing? You're taking your
You are
hand
taking your hand
off the table.
off the table.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're putting
You are
your hat
putting
on.
your hat on.
What am I doing? What am I doing? You're taking
You are
your hat
taking
off.
your hat off.
Very good. What do we put on when we go out in winter? What do we put on when we go out in winter? We put our
We
hats
put our
and
hats
coats on
and coats on
when we go out
when
in
we
winter.
when we go out
In
we
winter.
in winter.
What do we take off when we come into a building? What do we take off when we come into a building? We take our
We take
hats
our
and
hats
coats off
and coats
when
off
we come
when we come
into a building.
into a building.
Very good. What are the two most important holidays of the year in Europe? What are the two most important holidays of the year in Europe? The two most
The two most
important holidays
important
of the
holidays
year in
of
Europe
the year in
in
Europe
Europe are Christmas and
are
Easter.
Christmas and Easter.
When's Christmas? When's Christmas? Christmas is on the
Christmas is
25th
on the
of
25th
December.
of December.
Very good. Okay, so we stop there for today, but very good. Very